Hi, I'm Dan, and this is Pat. We're here at Marmac Athletics, and we want to discuss the cut-through pass as well as the cut-across pass. These go by a number of different names: the cut-through pass, the knee slide, the knee cross pass. Conversely, the other type of pass goes by a near-knee pass or a cut-across pass as well. All sorts of different names. We're going to call it the cut-through pass in one variation, and we'll call it the cut-across pass in another variation. How we distinguish those two variations is if I'm in Pat's guard, and let's say his guard is closed, and I break his guard open and go into what Salo calls the combat base, where my knee is up right now. I can either cut across Pat's guard this way, we'll call that the cut through, or I can cut across his guard this way, and we'll call this the cut over, because my knee comes over his knee in one case, and in the other case my knee cuts through his legs. So we'll go with the cut through and the cut over pass. They both begin by me bringing my knee up into a place where I can drive forward. So in the first instance, we'll go with the cut through pass. Now, in order to make this cut through pass work, I first have to deal with his leg back here, because if I try to cut across without getting my leg over his leg, I'm going to get hooked in some type of bad position and get swept. So usually if this is the case, I'll stand a little bit, or I'll drive his knee down to the ground and posture just a tiny bit and allow myself to begin the cut across. Okay? Now when I'm doing this pass, I have to make sure that his shin doesn't come across and block my hips. I'll never get across here. So as soon as I can, I take a hand in the hip and I'll drive my elbow into his knee on the opposite side, so that if he tries to bring his shin across my belly, I can block with my elbow. I posture and I look to bring my knee across, okay? When I bring my knee across, I don't bring it directly up past Pat's shoulder. I flare it out to the side a little bit. I pretend I have a holster right here on my hip, and this holster has to hit the mat. So boom, the leg flares out. I look for an underhook on this side. I grab his arm on the left side. My holster hits the mat for a second. I can even use my head to push on the side of his head and then turn back in, achieving the cross face. So from another angle, I'm in his closed guard. Push his leg down, drop my hip to the ground, underhook, elbow, drive back in. It's absolutely imperative that when I'm attempting this pass, I keep Pat on his back. And that's why I use several controls. I use his elbow, I use the underhook, I use chest pressure if I can, and I'll use the side of my head along his temple. All three of these points are designed to keep him flat on my back, at which time I'm able to get my foot out and slide into side mount. In the other instance, when I open his guard up, my knee is going to cut across on the same side that it's at. Previously, my knee cut to the left or on a diagonal. Now I'm going to go straight across his hips. As I do this, I like to achieve an underhook with my left hand. And what this does is pins his hips in a position where there's a lot of pressure on it. He almost wants to tap just by me leaning forward like this, okay? There's a lot of pressure right here. Now, similar to the last pass, he's going to try to roll on his side. It's imperative that I keep him flat on his back. Using this leg, I can push into him. As soon as I can, I achieve a cross face, and then I flop back with this leg, driving here and here. I come back. From the other side, the knee cuts across on the same side this time. I reach under, I spread his hips. I can feel already that his hips don't want to move this way. It's uncomfortable for him, but now I have to get him flat on his back. So I quickly reach for the cross face, flop over, drive back into him, and achieve the side mount. So that's the cut through and the cut across. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. If you have any questions, let us know. Thank you.